Rights groups and relatives have accused Kenyan authorities of a cover-up of dozens of alleged police killings, unexplained abductions and illegal detentions related to these anti-government protests, known as the Gen Z protests because of the young people involved. The body of 19-year-old Charles Owino lies in the street, killed by a gunshot to the head, according to an autopsy report seen by Reuters. But police recorded his death as a road accident in the morgue logbook, his brother told Reuters. The National Police Service did not reply to questions about 4 such cases examined by Reuters. The battered body of another protester, Denzel Omondi, was found in a pond at an abandoned quarry on Nairobi's outskirts 9 days after he disappeared. The autopsy report seen by Reuters detailed hyperinflated lungs, as well as bruises on his head, neck, forearm and knees. It recorded the death as drowning, but something else happened first, the family said. They said Kenya's IPOA watchdog, which probes cases of police brutality, has promised to investigate. Omondi's mother, Jadida Ombora.
He went to the parliament during demonstrations, and he was one of the Gen Zs who went there following the video which came up on the social media. And after that, the boy went missing.
Reuters spoke to 3 police officers who work in a unit deployed during protests. They described police covering their tracks by mischaracterizing deaths caused by officers as accidents, drownings or mob justice. Thousands of young Kenyans took to the streets against tax hikes and political corruption from late June to December. Deputy President Kithure Kindiki has said 42 people were killed in a police response that rights groups say involved firing live rounds. Kenya's National Commission on Human Rights, which is government-funded, also recorded 82 enforced disappearances, 29 of which remain unaccounted for. The officers who spoke to Reuters about their work requested anonymity to speak about the subject. One policeman described how colleagues working undercover during the protests would organise abductions.
Me, as an officer, I'll be sent there to pretend. I'm there, but undercover. Here is the person. Take their number. I can even send him or her money and talk about going back for protests the next day. At this point, I would have got them.
The police did not respond to questions about these allegations. Bob Njagi is a high-profile rights activist who took part in the protests. He said he was held for a month, sustaining these injuries.
During these 30 days, I was only fed once a day, a very small meal of ugali, that is corn, and cabbage, and a cup of tea in the morning, okay? I was allowed to take a shower once a week, every 7 days, but my handcuffs remained intact both day and night.
Otsieno Namwaya of Human Rights Watch says Kenyan police are required to take those arrested to stations, then court.
What we are seeing are people in plain clothes hiding their faces, basically covering their faces. They abduct people in a very violent, very threatening or scary way, and then they don't even take them to police stations. So in the first place, those things should not be happening. But because it has happened, we need accountability.
The officers of Kenyan President William Ruto, his Deputy President and the Interior Ministry did not respond to requests for comment. In a late December speech, Ruto acknowledged, quote, instances of excessive and extrajudicial actions by members of the security services.